Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is time for the 2024 Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. This is the third iteration of this tournament, and in our opening game we have got the Gauteng Under-19s and the Black Caps going up against the Gauteng Invitational side in the White Caps. The teams are led by their coaches, Jean-Marc de Cavallo. They're coaching the Gauteng Under-19s, and Temba Mtembu coaching the Gauteng Invitational side. And just like that, our tournament's underway for the first swim of the first possession of the first game. It looks like the Gauteng Under-19s excuse me, are going to win that ball very comfortably. Uncontested swim off there. The ball at the back here now with Gregory Price, the St. John's centre back, feeding it onto the left-hand side, finding fellow St. John's compatriot Ross Ravelli. Looking maybe for an early foul and shot here, opting to play that back here to Greg Price, taking up some water. He's got the Kesboy on his right with Karabo. Looking to draw an ordinary foul there, pass over to Ravelli, who's given a bit of space here. He's opted for the fancy back shot and whipped that into the top left-hand corner. Incredible opening of his account here, and the first goal of this tournament is an absolute screamer. Ross Ravelli getting his first goal of the tournament, firing that past the goalkeeper, Liam Tebbit, who I believe is the St. Stithians College goalkeeper. Grimmett on the ball here, looking for some options, finding it to the left-hand side, giving it to Regan Fisher, who slipped into centre, but that pass a bit loose, and Greg Price is well away to catch that and steal it away from the open man, Andrea Angelucci. Up the left-hand side, Declan Wood, one of the Saints boys, giving it to Karabo, the Kes boy on the right. Feeding quickly into centre, looking to get Mark Smith on the sheets, but he's just drawn an ordinary foul, giving it back out to Karabo on the perimeter. Nicholas Searle here, back over to Wood. Slipping it into Ravelli. Can he repeat the magic? Clean steal there, says the ref. Effective crash coming in from Caleb Grimmett in the number 10 cap for the Gauteng Invitational side in white. A full press coming across the pool here from the under-19s. Some work going to have to come from this invitational side to free up some passing lanes, but perimeter pressure coming from Nicholas Searle. They're winning the ball off of the number 2 there, Luke Shipway in the Gauteng Invitational side, and we've got Ravelli open here on 2 meters for the under-19 side, given acres of space. No pressure applied from the back from Grimmett, and Ravelli doubles his account, and the Gauteng under-19 scoreline now leading 2-0 against the Invitational side. A big ask here for this Gauteng Invitational side to go up against the highly fit under-19 side. These boys coming off of the Kes tournament 2 or 3 weeks ago, so that season has just ended. So obviously a lot of fitness still in their system, and some early prep here for IPTs at the end of the year. Karabo here pressurizing Regan Fisher on the perimeter, playing himself, looking for options again, feeding it onto the right-hand side. That is Matthew Stevenson on the ball now, getting pressured here by Declan Wood. Ordinary foul drawn. Regan Fisher's given acres of space here. He's going to look to open his account. A little spin on the hand, and he's fired that cross cage, and it's hit the crossbar. Unfortunately, a good attempt, but not able to get past the goalkeeper there, Judah Dos Santos, in the under-19 cage. But possession is recovered here for the invitational side. Grimmett, he can let one rip if he wants. He's given tons of space here by the under-19s. Fisher again on the left-hand side. Back to Grimmett. He's given a pass to the right-hand side, a quick catch and release coming in from a number 11, Matthew Stevenson there, but not enough venom on that to trouble Judah Dos Santos. That landing comfortably in both hands of the goalkeeper. Straight up the other side of the under-19s in possession in favor of Karabo here on the ball. Mark Smith working into centre water. Karabo spotted him, but he's opted to go himself, try to come up nice and high, lean, but he's fired that over the crossbar, and the invitational side comes away unscathed from that attack. Of course, this is the third annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament hosted here at St. Davi'ds, Marist, Inanda. Coverage, statistics and commentary brought to you by ItsHappening.Africa. Please feel free to come and join us here. We've got water polo from Wednesday through Sunday, men's and ladies section. Men's playing in the long course big pool here at St. Davi'ds, and the ladies playing in the 25-meter pool just behind me. Some fantastic water polo we're going to be treated to here. Of course, there's a lot of restaurants and food and drinks all available. Lack of vibes, of course. So we hope to see you guys throughout the course of this weekend. Nothing materializing there from this invitational side. No options. The press coming from the under-19s working very effectively to drown the invitational side's attack, so to speak. Karabo again, given space here on the right-hand side. He's fed this back to Declan Wood. Declan Wood has given that out to the left-hand side. Gregory Price came up nice and high, but fired that wide of the cage, bouncing that just to the left of the frame. The scoreline still reading 2-0 in favor of the Gauteng under-19s. The invitational side unable to give an answer for this Gauteng under-19 defense so far. Grimmett looking for some options up the pool here. There's a drive coming in from Fisher. He's looking at Jordan ordinary foul. Karabo Mamrechane pressurizing him on the perimeter. He's given an alley-oop pass into the center. Great center forward work here coming. Ball back out to Fisher on the perimeter. And the shot clock has run out of time. Unfortunately, no shot coming quick enough for that side. That was Simon Mustard, I believe, in the invitational center forward position there, who did great work to get that ball and played back out to the perimeter shooter. Fisher just needed to let that go a little bit quicker. Attacking down onto the 2 now is Ross Ravelli, looking to complete his hat-trick early, but he's fed that into Declan Wood, attacking down to 2. But fantastic work coming from Cameron Miller to steal front water back from him and concede only an ordinary foul. But Ravelli's given space here. A hand was gotten there, a hand to that from Simon Mustard, but too much venom from Ross Ravelli, and he rifles that into the top right-hand corner, completing his hat-trick in the first chukker of the first game of this tournament. It looks like we've got some cavalry changes here. Ravelli opting for a break. Wood coming out of the pool as well. And Karabo Mamrechane taking a break. Some fresh blood in the pool now for the Gauteng under-19s. And a couple changes also coming from the invitational side. Caleb Grimmett amongst the Warriors still in the water. The ball with Darian Solovi back out to Grimmett on the left. He's looking for a half turn there, but ordinary foul against James Crick. I beg your pardon, Grimmett on the half here. A big lofted pass into the center, not the greatest attempt from him, and that ball easily intercepted by the St. Davids boy Ross Stewart in the number 9 cap. Feeding that rapidly up the other side of the pool to find the safe hands of James Crick on the right-hand side. They're going to slip this into center, but Grimmett is up to the task, and he reads that beautifully and steals that away effortlessly from Mark Hudson, the other St. Davids boy, in the center forward position. Tibbet looking for some options up the pool here. No intentional fetching coming from this invitational side just yet. They're going to want to look to polish that up. Of course, they are an invitational side, so not many sessions these guys have had together before this tournament. But some good work so far from them to find the open pass on the perimeter. Logan Dupré on the ball now. He's feeding that into Stevenson, who's looking to draw an ordinary foul. No foul given yet. And the clock is elapsing here, and no shot coming before the end of that 30. So that nothing coming from that. Simon Mustard needed to let that go a little bit earlier. I believe he is a St. John's boy as well. The ball now here with Zico Williams. I believe another St. David's boy. Slipping that into Mark Hudson, but a fantastic drop coming in, or crash, from Braden Hollingworth, one of the Saints boys, stealing that ball away from Mark Hudson in the center forward position. Great defensive awareness from him. Luke Shipway on his way here up the left-hand side of the pool, holding that ball in his stroke. The invitational side are going to have to look to find some different options here to create an attacking play, but they've given the ball out to the center forward on the right. Bit of a loose pass, so he has to recover that. But Zico Williams there pressurizing fantastically there on the number 9, Andrea Angelucci, and stealing that ball away from him, showing hands and keeping the stroke pressure onto his back. So winning that possession comfortably. Zico on his bike up the other side of the up the other side of the pool here on the left. He's looking for the ball. He's calling James Crick to feed him. Zico's given tons of space here. There's going to be a 2-on-1 on the left if they're smart about this. But Zico's opted to take it himself, and he's fired that into the frame of the goal, unable to beat Liam Tibbet in the invitational cage. A long pass coming from Tibbet, and we've got a 3-on-2 up the other side. The invitational side looking to open their account here. We've got the ball with number 2, Luke Shipway, with a loose pass out to the right-hand side. Angelucci on the ball now, looking to get a half turn off against Michael van Heerden. Ordinary foul there called. Feeding it out here to Stevenson. I beg your pardon, Mussett. But possession there fumbled from him, and James Crick in the under-19 caps recover that ball. And just like that, we come to the end of the first chukker here at the 3rd annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. This clash between the Gauteng under-19s and the Gauteng Invitational side. Currently, the under-19s leading 3-0. We'll see you again in the second chukker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament hosted here at St. Davi'ds, Marist, Inanda. We have got our first clash here between the Gauteng under-19s going up against the Gauteng Invitational side. Currently, all three of the goals in this game have come from the Gauteng under-19s, and all three of those goals have come from the St. John's boy, Ross Ravelli, with an absolute stormer of a first chucker from him, opening his account with an unreal back shot into the top left-hand corner of the cage. The under-19s a little bit shell-shocked here. Of course, they are an invitational side, so they haven't had many sessions together to train and practice. The Gauteng under-19s, a lot of them play in the same schoolboy team, so they have got some chemistry there. A lot of them have played provincial through their years, so some compounding chemistry, should we say, between some of those players. So a lot of experience in this Gauteng under-19 side in terms of interplayer relations. But let's see how this second chucker plays out. The under-19 is going to look to continue or increase their grip they had on this game in the first chucker. The ball now to the perimeter here. This is number 10, Zico Williams, on the ball now, looking to feed that into center, but he's met his match there with a great perimeter block coming from Andrea Angelucci, stealing that ball before it makes its way into the center to find one of the Saints boys, Mark Smith, in the number 7 cap. A long pass coming from Grimmer, trying to make something happen, but that ball landing only in the hands of Judah Dos Santos in the under-19 cage. Zico Williams on the ball here again on the left-hand side. He's found the open man on the right, giving him a great pass on the hand. Is fed straight back to Williams. Williams pressurized from behind, giving that ball back to Travis Donnelly. Out to the right-hand side now, Ross Stewart slipping that ball into center. A big crash coming in from the invitational side, and I believe that was James Crick in the center forward position there, who was unable to convert anything from that attack. Up now is Logan Duprier on the ball, giving it over to the left-hand side, Cameron Miller. Duprier again. Got a lot of movement coming. There's an open man down on the 2 meter here on the right-hand side. They've got a 2-on-1 if they're able to move this ball. Grimmitz has seen the space. He's got the ball on the hand and fired that wide. Unfortunately, great vision coming from Duprier to find Grimmitz open. Grimmitz sets himself on his legs, caught that ball, but I think he came off his legs a little bit and fired that just wide of the cage. It would have been some opening goal for them, but Mark Smith on his bike up the left-hand side here. 3-on-2 situation. Mark Smith can see him, but he's opting to go himself here, and he's fired that into the top left-hand corner, off the post, into the far side netting. Beautiful finish, as close as it can get. Great finish. Mark Smith opening his account here for the Gauteng under-19s. The scoreline now reading 4-0. Of course, Mikasa, the official game ball for the Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament, so we are treated to the use of those new sticky Mikasa balls. Regan looking to slip that ball into center, but great steal coming in from Ross Stewart, the center back for the under-19 side. And up the left-hand side now is Donnelly. I believe this is a Saints boy as well. There's a 3-on-2 situation. Williams is open on the right. Donnelly spotted him. Williams taking it in his stroke. Donnelly open on the left-hand side. Zico's opted to do it himself, but he is reversed for climbing over his defender. I believe Regan Fisher there doing fantastically to get that call reversed. Straight up the other side now with Caleb Grimmett pressurized there by Stewart. Looking to feed that ball into center. Oh, it's a beautiful ball into center. Great work coming there. What a pass. I believe that was Luke Shipway slipping that into the center. I can't see a cap number for you right now. Oh, that's Daniel Pronk, number 4, who's done fantastically well to earn a penalty. And Regan Fisher up to bat here to open the Gauteng Invitational sides account in this tournament. And he's met his match, Judah Dos Santos, with a massive save, but Regan Fisher's had another bite of the food, and he's lobbed that over with a fantastic pressure coming in from number 6, James Crick, and number 9, Ross Stewart. Big crash coming into him, but the rebound, Fisher is too composed and lobs that over Judah Dos Santos in the under-19 cage and makes no mistake. And now the Gauteng Invitational side are within 3 of the under-19 side. We've got Greg Price back in the water at centre back here, Karabo Mamarechane on the right, Ross Ravelli on the left. We've got Mark Hudson up the middle in the number 11 cap, Declan Wood on the left. A big spin coming in from Ravelli. They've created a 2-on-1. Number 4 there, Daniel Pronk, opting just to leave on the turn, but Karabo now, he's given acres of space here. He's going to need to give his team some time here to cover this drive, but he's opted for the shot and he's made no mistake, bouncing that into the crossbar and in. A fantastic shot from Karabo there, coming up nice and high and opening his account in this tournament. The Gauteng U19s now leading 5-1. For those of you wanting to follow along at home, you're not able to watch the games, you want to keep along with the scoreboard and some statistics and see how some players are doing through the game, please download the Gauteng Water Polo app. That is GWP. It's got a red icon with a lion in it. Please download that. You can follow along with the men's and ladies sections for stats, blocks, goals, steals, exclusions, pool standings, fixtures, and the works. Please feel free to download that if you want to follow along. Miller now pressurized on the perimeter, looking to slip that ball into center. Loose pass skimming off the back of Ravelli, who didn't know much about that, but Nicholas Searle recovering that position, and Karabo Mamrechane up the other side of the pool now. Great long pass coming in from Searle. Karabo leaning over to the left and bouncing that into the bottom left-hand quarter, and Karabo doubles his score tally in this game. The under-19s now leading 6-1. The speed and the precision of this under-19 side looks to be a bit of a puzzle that the invitational side does not know how to answer yet, perhaps not fit enough or powerful enough to handle the oiled machine that is this under-19 side that is led by Jean-Marc. Logan Dupree at centre back now, giving that ball onto the right-hand side. Matthew Stevenson, a left-hander, looking to feed that into Grimmett. Grimmett's done fantastically well. He's taken a big shot, come to the middle, lean to the left, and fired that past Judah dos Santos. Beautiful pass from Stevenson, finding the hand of Grimmett, and he makes no mistake and gets himself his first goal of the game. The scoreline now reading 6-2. We're back underway here in the second chukka. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. The under-19s leading this game 6-2. Ravelli giving that over to Mamrechane. Coming up nice and high. Big Bork giving it over to Price. Price given space here. He loves a top corner shot, but he's opted to feed that into Mark Hudson in the center, who's given a shot off there, but only found the outstretched arm of Logan Dupree at center back for the invitational side, and they come away unscathed from that attack. Tibbet looking for some options up the pool. He's found the number 8, Darian Salovi. Full pool press coming in here from the under-19, so they're going to have to, from the under-19, so the invitational side are going to have to try and free themselves up here for some easy passes. Declan Wood pressurizing number 3, Braden Hollingworth. I believe that's 2 Saints boys going up against each other here. And the clock has got 2 seconds left. Hollingworth opted for something fantastic, but he's fired that just over the crossbar, not able to trouble Judah dos Santos there in the under-19s cage. And the under-19s now come away with possession. The ball now with Nicholas Searle, one of the St. John's boys, storming up the right-hand side of the pool. Mamrechane given space here. We've seen he can shoot, so he slipped that into center. Hudson doing well enough there to earn an exclusion on number 5, Logan Dupree, who's got 2 blocks to his name already, but now he can add a major to his name. Great work from Mark Hudson. Fantastic pass into center from Karabo Mamrechane. And let's see what they're going to do. They're going to set this up in a 5-on-4. We've got a roach up the other side of the pool, so you're going to have 3 people down on the 2 meter and 2 people up on the 5. A great pass coming from the wing there. I believe that is Nicholas Searle looking to feed Mark Hudson on the post, but he's impeded for probable goal. Well, impeding a probable goal, so penalty there called, and we've got Greg Price up to bat for the Gauteng under-19 side. Oh, that was a penalty of dreams. That shot fired straight into the top right-hand corner post and in. That was a beautifully executed penalty, and the Gauteng under-19s now leading this game 7-2. It looks like Regan Fisher's up to bat in the centre forward position now for the Gauteng Invitational side. Giving this ball onto the right-hand side here, Luke Shipway going up against opposite number 2, Ross Ravelli, one of our hat-trick heroes in this game. Ethan Wilton, I beg your pardon, that was Darian Salovi drawing an ordinary foul there, giving it over to Andrea Angelucci. The 30 seconds running out here for this invitational side seems to be the moral or the center point of this story. The Gauteng under-19s press coming in very effectively for the side, and they're not able to create an attack coming forward on the invitational side. So great defensive effort coming from the Gauteng under-19s. We've slipped this ball onto the left-hand side. I believe this is Declan Wood. Ravelli looking to get his 4th goal of the game, but he's met the outstretched arms of Liam Tibbett in the cage of the invitational side, and the scoreline remains at 7-2. Karabo Mamrechane playing himself on the left-hand side. Giving a lofted pass over to Greg Price, who's shown us his legs to recover the ball. Ravelli back over to Price. He's looked to fire that into the cage, but an arm, I believe there was some contact made with the shooting arm, and that shot skidding wide of the post, not able to convert there was Gregory Price. We have got 45 seconds left on the clock. This is the Gauteng Invitational's last chance to attack in this first half. Regan Fisher on the ball. Nobody making themselves options here, but a great drive coming into the 2-meter, but a loose pass. Regan Fisher a bit rushed there, and Greg Price is up for the task and reads that to perfection and steals that ball away, looking for a long pass up the left-hand side. He's found Declan Wood, who's storming up the left-hand side, who's taking the front water away from Braden Hollingworth there in the centre. He is attacking into the centre forward now. The centre is Declan Wood, but he is closed down, pressured from both sides and the keeper, and that attempt is smothered by the invitational side, and we've got 10 seconds left on the clock now. Something fantastic going to have to come here. Shipway on the ball now, looking to draw an ordinary foul. He's being called to shoot by his team. 2 seconds left on the clock. He's gone for it. He's fired towards the top right-hand corner. He had the accuracy, but not enough venom. And Judah Dos Santos, 2 hands to that. And just like that, that's all she wrote for the first half of this game. The scoreline coming to a close in this first half at 7-2 in favour of the Gauteng under-19s. We'll see you again in the third chukka. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're about to start the third chukka of the third annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. This is the first game of the tournament here. We have got the Gauteng under-19s in the black caps going up against the Gauteng Invitational side in the white caps. Currently, all the balls are in the court of the under-19 side, leading this game 7-2. They have a strong foothold on this game, currently outplaying the invitational side so far. Mark Smith now in centre up against Grimmett. A drop being called by this invitational side. We've got the ball with number 15 here, Travis Donnelly, feeding onto the right-hand side with Crick. Saints Boy to Saints Boy, back over to Donnelly on the left. He's fired one, but he's fired that wide of the cage and unable to trouble the goalkeeper there. This is a replacement goalkeeper now, I beg your pardon. This is Luke Dupré, I believe, in the cage for this invitational side. Up the left-hand side of the pool now, we've got Logan Dupré, a man with 2 blocks to his name in this game already. Coming up the left-hand side, of the pool now is Dupré, looking to show Zico Williams the aquatic center, and he's done fantastically well, but Zico staying nice and high, keeping his body position perfect, able to roll off his hips and recover the ball there. Great work, Zico Williams, to win that ball off of Dupré. James Crick on the ball now on the right-hand side. He's got given acres of space here by his opposite, number 6, Regan Fisher. The ball back to Donnelly in the number 15 cap. Zico Williams on the ball now. Given space here, 2 big hands coming in. He's looking to open his angle, but he's fired that shot into the outstretched arms of Logan Dupré, getting himself his 3rd block of the game. Fantastic defensive effort coming from Logan Dupré so far this fixture. Luke Dupré feeding that up to Grimmett on the right-hand side. Playing himself on the water and taking his water leisurely is Grimmett. His younger brother, of course, Tristan Grimmett, playing in the Tridents side, also competing in this water polo tournament. A pass there from Grimmett trying to connect with Simon Mussett, and that nothing coming of that. That ball skimming just past. I believe there was a contra foul there as well, so doing too much was Simon Mussett to win an advantageous water there. Crick feeding this ball into the center. Ross Stewart now got half a meter on Cameron Miller in the center, played from behind there. Miller's recovered front water, given a high ball onto Mark Smith, who's recovered, put that ball down, picked it up again and rifled that into the crossbar. Not able to double his account just yet is Mark Smith, the danger centre forward from St Stithians College. Shipway on the ball now, doing some breaststroke here, drawing Mark Smith out to the perimeter, giving that back now to Darian Salovi. Shipway again on the left, trying to feed that into center, doing great. Fantastic pass in there to Simon Mussett, but great work coming from Zico Williams, making 2 steals in quick succession for his side. Donnelly is going to feed this over to Crick here on the right-hand side, I believe. Crick has been found. Mark Smith has got great water in the center here. Crick obviously is a Saints boy as well, so he knows what he can do to give his man a chance here. But he's sliding to open his angle, and Crick makes no mistake, as he does so often for Saints on the right-hand side, sliding to open his angle and firing that into the cross cage this time and opening his account in this game. The scoreline now reading 8-2. Grimmett playing himself here at centre back, giving it over to Andrea Angelucci. He's not pressurized, but he's making his way up the pool. Mark Smith with pressure from behind to Grimmett on the right now. No centre forward coming from the Invitational side, but he got a big drive coming into the centre. Grimmett looking for a foul. Mark Smith showing his hands nice and high and reacting to no call from the ref and stealing that ball away from Grimmett. But straight up the other side of the pool, we've got a massive counter-attack coming from the Gauteng under-19s. That is Michael van Heerden storming his way onto 2. He's got Zico Williams on his right-hand side. Van Heerden has found him, drawn 2 defenders in. Williams has got acres of space here and all the time in the world, and he gets 2 big balks, brings the keeper Luke Dupré up, and then leans to his left and fires past him and opens his account in this game. Fantastic work from the Gauteng under-19s. Great work coming from Michael van Heerden to draw 2 defenders in there and be aware of the extra man on attack and still playing that ball over. And we're back underway here. Cameron Miller now taking the centre back position. Trying to feed that ball to the perimeter there to find Darian Salovi, but great defensive work from Ross Ravelli, who is laughing because he has been reversed. I believe he's exchanging a smile with the ref there. Contra foul awarded for not playing himself. You have to visibly play the ball out of your hand. You can't just swim it off the water. So he is reversed there. Ravelli opting to go up the pool now and create a man-down defense for his side. The Invitational team are going to want to convert this. Miller now got space and time. 10 seconds left on the clock. A big crash coming in from Hudson, and the ball has been turned over. Ball under. Great work from Hudson to steal that ball away. And straight up the other side, we've got a 2-on-1. The ball over to Ravelli, and now we've got time and space here for Nicholas Searle, giving 17 balks and firing that into the top right-hand corner. Too much time and too much space and too much composure. And the Gauteng under-19s now leading this game 10-2. Miller playing this back to Hollingworth. Back to Miller. Almost fumbles the ball. Hudson almost able to get that, but Miller recovers beautifully. Salavi on the ball, pressurized by Ravelli. Back into the centre, Braden Hollingworth. Pressurized by his opposite, number 3, and that pass trying to find somebody has only found Greg Price on a massive counter-attack up the other side of the pool. We've got a 3-on-2 here immediately for the Gauteng under-19s. Greg Price occupying centre water. He has got Nicholas Searle on the right and Ross Ravelli, St. John's trio up here. And Greg Price joins the Hat-Trick Hero Club with the likes of Ross Ravelli. Oh, I beg your pardon, that is Greg Price's second goal. The first goal with a hand on it to his name is a steal. So 2 steals and 2 goals for Greg Price so far in this game. Our only hat-trick hero being Ross Ravelli. We have got some double goal scorers with Karabo Mamrechane and of course the likes of Gregory Price now. Up the other side of the pool now, we've got Daniel Pronk on the ball. And he has been robbed in the broad daylight by Nicholas Searle, looking to get a turn off there. But now the Gauteng under-19's gas tank looks to be the most important weapon in this game. And they have got a very passive 2-on-1 situation here. Mark Hudson and Nicholas Searle in a 2-on-1 against the Gauteng Invitational side. And complacency killed the cat, but very fortunate from Nicholas Searle. That shot firing into the hand of Luke Dupré, landing back in the hand of Nicholas Searle, who feeds it over to Mark Hudson, and he rifles that into the cage and gets his first goal of the game, I beg your pardon. The scoreline now reading 12 goals to 2. Looking to an ordinary foul here on the perimeter. Simon Mustard pressurized by Wood, looking to feed that into centre, but Karabo Mamrechane has read that beautifully. But an ordinary foul still drawn in favour of the Invitational side. Shipway looking to attack down to 2, but we've got the ball out to Grimmett, but he has been crashed on by Declan Wood, and the under-19s come away with possession. We have got 1 minute left of this third chukker here. The scoreline still reading 12 goals to 2, and up at the right hand side here, Ross Ravelli, he spotted his open man on the left, but he's opting, I believe, to do this himself, and he gets his 4th goal of the game, turning Shipway inside out and firing that over the head of the goalkeeper Luke Dupré. Back underway here, Daniel Pronk playing that back to number 5, Logan Dupré. Regan Fisher now one of our goal scorers for the Gauteng Invitational side on the ball. Shipway. Perimeter pressure coming in from number 3, Nicholas Searle. They fed that into the second hole on the left-hand side, working very hard against Karabo. Here is Caleb Grimmett. He's able to get a shot off there, but he's fired that over the crossbar. Great work from him to retain that ball and get a shot off. Unfortunately, not his best attempt. We have seen him get himself a beautiful goal already this game, so he's going to want to be looking to get some more. Now, Nicholas Searle now on the ball, feeding it over to Declan Wood on the right-hand side. A bit of congestion in the centre here. Greg Price looks to be lining up a foul and shot. Foul outside 6. You can see the ref on the far side of the pool has his hand raised, which means he can play himself and shoot. Greg Price has gone for the fantastic, and he has released a back shot there from 7 meters and fired that into the close bottom corner. Completing his hat-trick in some style is Gregory Price, joining the Hat-Trick Heroes Club with Ross Ravelli, who of course is on 4 goals. We've got 7 seconds left on the clock here. A big distance shot going to be coming in soon. And we've got the ball with Dupré, who's fired from downtown, but he has met a passionate block coming from Karabo Mamrechane. And just like that, we come to the end of the third chukker here. The Gauteng under-19s leading the Gauteng Invitational side 14 goals to 2. See you again in the 4th chukker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the concluding chukka in this first game of the third annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament hosted here at St. Davi'ds, Marist, Inanda. Our first game of the day and the tournament is the Gauteng Under-19s up against the Gauteng Invitational side. The Under-19s putting on an absolute clinical display of water polo here, outclassing this Invitational side, currently leading them by 12 goals going into the final chukka. Ross Stewart at centre back here, feeding it over to Crick. Back to Stewart. Crick given tons of space here. We've seen he can shoot on the perimeter. Back to Stewart. Stewart's fired that towards the close corner. He's met the outstretched arms of Luke Dupree in the invitational cage, but he has conceded a 2-meter. So the Gauteng Invitational will have another roll of the dice here. Ross Stewart's given tons of space again on the perimeter. Big blocking arms coming from the invitational side. Crick receiving crossbody, giving over to Williams, who's fumbled the ball but recovered and attacked down to 2. Great work from him. Williams has fired that into the crossbar. Quick 1-2 with himself off the woodwork and fires a back shot into the goal, doubling his score tally for the game. There is Mr. Zico Williams. The Grim Reaper playing himself here, getting play underway again, pressurized by Mark Smith. Regan Fisher on the right-hand side. Ordinary foul there drawn against Travis Donnelly. The drive coming in from Shipway, driving into traffic there is he, but that ball a bit loose, looking for Logan Dupree, but possession recovered there from Zico Williams. And we have Judah Dos Santos in the cage now with the ball, looking for some options up the pool. No fetches coming yet, but Zico Williams up to the task, fetches that ball for his side, feeds that on to James Crick on the right-hand side. Mark Smith working in the centre forward position, but they've given that to Donnelly on the left-hand side, who slipped into a shooting lane and rifled that quickly with a no-looker, but that comes off the woodwork and just stays inbound, and Crick recovers possession there. Zico driving down to 2 now to rebalance the pool. Crick opening his angle, a little bit of congestion up top here. Stewart given some space. Donnelly slipping into a shooting lane. Stewart's fed him, and Donnelly's got a second bite at the cherry and made no mistake this time and rifled that into the left-hand side of the cage and gets the 16th goal of the game for this Gauteng Under-19 side. And that, I believe, just confirming how many goals that young man has scored this game. Donnelly, that is his first goal of the game and of the tournament. So great work from him to get himself on the score sheet. Grimmett feeding the ball to Shipway on the left here. Pressurized by Crick. Great pressure coming from Crick and great ball retention from Shipway over to Fisher on the right up against Donnelly. Fisher has earned an ordinary foul. Grimmett slipping into a shooting lane here. He's done something fancy there, Regan Fisher, looking for something awesome. Unfortunately, he's put that box kick over the crossbar and the possession is recovered by the Under-19. Straight up the other side of the pool here, Mark Smith with a 2-on-1 with Donnelly, who's going to possibly get his second goal, but he has met the outstretched arms of Luke Dupree. Great goalkeeping effort coming in there from the invitational goalkeeper. Perhaps a little bit of complacency slipping into the Gauteng Under-19's mentality here. Fisher on the right-hand side, slipping that ball into number 12, Simon Mussett on the perimeter, who's looked for something beautiful, but he's fired that cross cage and met the outstretched arms of Judah Dos Santos, who flips that onto the crossbar. But straight up the other side now, we've got a transition exclusion here. That is the likes of number 3, Braden Hollingworth, getting his second sin bin excursion of the game. He was sent to the naughty corner by Michael van Heerden, who's done fantastically well there in his one-on-one situation and fired that into the cage, getting his first goal of the game and the tournament. Clinical display of water polo coming in from the Gauteng Under-19s, really outclassing this invitational side. We've seen Grimmett all over the pool here today. He's gone from centre back to centre forward, and now he's gone back to centre forward again here. He's going to go up against fellow St. David's compatriot Ross Stewart. A little alley-oop pass coming from Shipway, trying to connect the dots with Grimmett there, but that not running out of ink there, I believe, while trying to draw that line, and possession fumbling out of the hand of Grimmett into the hand of Dos Santos, and just like that, we have another extra man for the Gauteng under-19s. Zico Williams opting to cover back here, so it's going to be a 5-on-5 up the other side of the pool. Crick on the right-hand side on the ball, opening his angle, no pressure from him. The ball onto the hand of Michael van Heerden, who has got 2 goals in as many attacks. Great perimeter shooting from him, firing that into the left-hand side of the cage. Beautiful work from the Gauteng under-19s. Scoreline now reading 18 goals to 2 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left of this first chukka. Angelucci on the ball now, feeding it over to Fisher on the right. Shipway, pressurized by Crick. Shipway looking for a turn. He's got half water here. Feeding that out to Stevenson. I beg your pardon, that's Musset. Draws an ordinary foul there from his side. Looking for a fancy pass there, but not enough traction on the ball, and he gives that straight into the hands of Michael van Heerden, and the Gauteng under-19s come away with possession. Oh, a loose pass coming from Dos Santos. Zico Williams perhaps a bit complacent on that, but a quick steal coming from number 8, Daniel Solovi, creating a 2-on-1 situation. We've got Shipway 1-on-1 here with Dos Santos, and he makes no mistake. Comes up nice and high, takes his time, lets the keeper use his legs, and fires that into the cross cage, getting the 3rd goal of the game for the Gauteng Invitational side. Some cavalry changes coming in for both sides here. Greg Price back in at centre back. Feeding it over here to Nicholas Searle on the right-hand side. Back to Ravelli. Looking to repeat the magic of that first chukka back shot is Ross Ravelli, but he's met his match. Regan Fisher with a massive block to that shot. Great work from him. The ball now with Andrea Angelucci. Caleb Grimmett, pressurized by Price. Grimmett looking to try and get a turn off here, but Price's legs too set, so he's not able to get a full turn off. The ball feeding onto the left-hand side here. Darian Solovi trying to feed that into centre, but a loose pass looking for Musset, and the ball stolen by Declan Wood in the Gauteng number 4 cap, the black caps, that is. Ravelli found an open man, Mark Hudson, driving down to 2 here. The St. David's boy is pressurized very aggressively from Andrea Angelucci, but advantage played, and Mark Hudson not worried about that at all, and fires that into the cross cage of the goal, extending the Gauteng invitation, the under-19 invitational lead to 19 goals to 3. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock here. Grimmett turned centre back again here for this invitational side. A complacent pass looking for Regan Fisher, but Ross Ravelli up to the task and stealing that ball away from Fisher. And Fisher is getting his first marching orders of this game. So a 3-on-2 created here. Extra man for the under-19s. A great work from Ravelli, drawing Grimmett into the centre, feeding that ball onto Hudgson's hand, and he fires it into the bottom left-hand corner. And that is Mark Hudgson's 2nd goal of the game, and the Gauteng under-19s 20th goal of this game. A very dominant display of water polo coming from these Gauteng under-19s. Dupré pressurized here by Searle. Dupré looking for a turn, going one way then the other. We've got 7 seconds left of the shot clock here. Grimmett looking for the miraculous, but he's fired that into the blocking arm of Karabo Mamarechane. Nicholas Searle on the ball here. We've got a 2-on-1 if Searle takes his front water, and he's identified the opportunity. Attack down to 2 here. Grimmett on his back, and Grimmett is going to concede the 5 meter, taking the wise decision there. You've got 3 exclusions a game, or 3 majors a game. You must use them if you can prevent a probable goal on 2 meters. Nicholas Searle here up to complete his hat-trick and join the hat-trick heroes club of Ross Ravelli, Greg and Gregory Price. And he's gone for a back shot off the penalty, and he's met his match. Luke Dupree with a massive hand to that into the cage, not allowing the goal to go through or the hat-trick to be completed from Nicholas Searle. Grimmett feeding that ball quickly up the other side. Mustard on the ball. We've got some front water there earned from number 11, Matthew Stevenson, but great work from Declan Wood slowing that ball down, allowing Mark Hudson to recover the water. Grimmett now on the ball. Oh, he's found an open man. Great pass there into the center with Mustard. Mustard opening his angle and firing that into the close corner, getting the advantageous water there against Declan Wood. And the Gauteng Invitational side have got themselves their 4th goal of the game through Simon Mussett. .30 seconds left on the clock here. Greg Price resuming play. He's opted for a quick one, but he's found the outstretched arms of Luke Dupree in the cage for the Invitational side, and 20 seconds left on the clock here. A big shot coming from Grimmett on his own 8 meters, and that ball is deflected out for a 2 meter. So we've got 5 seconds left on the clock here, and Angelucci is open in the center if he can get spotted quickly from the number 12 Mussett, but that ball a bit too slow to be recovered, so nothing's going to come from this. I believe a loose pass here onto the perimeter. And that's all she wrote, folks, in the first game here. The Gauteng U19s coming out victorious, 20 goals to 4 against the Gauteng Invitational side. We will see you again in the next fixture. Take care.